lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP Show. We are live for the Go Home edition of Smackdown, which obviously was aired like, I don't know, like what, noon, 1 p.m. If you have VPN. Obviously I had things going on, so I didn't watch Smackdown until 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, finally live. Had my day off yesterday. Had a real fucking shitty day today. To be honest with you, almost canceled the stream, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let stuff outside of work interfere with my doing a stream. But I have had a shitty day. But it is what it is at this point. So obviously I was gonna save it for Sunday scoops, and I'll kind of touch on it Sunday. Obviously the two biggest things I've seen today, obviously Roman Reigns was on the Pat McAfee show, and the IWC went crazy. He kind of, took a shot at creative, I guess. I don't really think that's what it was. I think it's more of a storyline type thing, a power struggle, but that remains to be seen. But like I said, I don't think the IWC sees stuff, and they just, completely run ape shit crazy with it. But the biggest news, like for me, biggest shocker, obviously I didn't get the news, and I have an NXT source, was The Rock's daughter, Ava. I've seen some people out there that reported that she was forced out of the company, but that's definitely not the case. She just decided not to resign. I guess myself included, no one even knew that she was like up for, ever since I started watching NXT, like about 6, 7, 8 months ago, something like that, she's kind of been the cornerstone. Like, I never even knew her contract was even coming up, but she released a public statement today, thanking everyone for everything, that they've done. Obviously that's The Rock's daughter, in case you've been living under a rock. But yeah, she did not re-sign with the company. So I'll have to figure out by tomorrow, before it scoops, who's going to be replacing her. I think, it could be HBK, Robert Stone. Obviously his name's been mentioned, but, I don't know, it's just all of his stuff all of a sudden with Roman on McAfee talking about one of the cons that owns WWE. I keep thinking Tony Khan, that's AEW. He made a mention of him, how they've had 2 years. And he basically said that the product's pretty fucking stale. He didn't lie. So, but IWC ran with it and said, he's losing tomorrow because he's busting creative and all that. I'm like, oh my God. He may lose tomorrow. Triple H loves to swerve. I said this on the SummerSlam, on the Roll On Prediction Show with the 9-person panel. Shout out to all those people that came on. Obviously, shit can change last minute. Jey Uso won the Rumble last year. It wasn't decided fucking 3 months in advance. It was, nearly like a month, maybe a couple of weeks. So like shit can change. So, but I'm gonna ride on the heels that I go on no matter what, win or lose. So I think that'll be kind of teased. I said it on Sunday Scoop 2 weeks ago that I felt like Brian Breaker would be number one. Now I don't know if it actually happens now, but it looks like they teased. They slipped up. Somebody sent us post on X where I didn't see it on Smack on USA, but it looks like somebody slipped up and actually only put Brian was number one, which I mean I said that on Scoop 2 weeks ago that I thought that was going to be his punishment for getting reinstated. And if he's number one, then he's gonna fucking be the Iron Man. Because I definitely feel like he's gonna get to the end, but I don't think he's going to win. I would say multiple reports today about Seth Rollins. He's been all over ESPN all fucking week. I don't know. I can't really see it. I mean, he could get involved and end up screwing Braun at the end. I just don't know if he's gonna be in the Rumble. I'll be really fucking surprised if he's in the Rumble, to be honest with you. He said he was gonna be at home, like watching a baby and stuff. I mean, I know he pulled off all these heists and all that, but SmackDown was very good tonight. Well, wasn't great, but it was okay for the go home show. Cody Rhodes getting booed in Saudi Arabia. That heel turn has got to happen. I mean, he got a fucking pretty big pop when he come out, but when he started talking about winning again, they booed the fuck out of him. They booed the fuck out of Jay when he said he was gonna win. So yeah, that aggressive Cody side, obviously in the SmackDown. Still seeing Drew and Jacob and Cody all intertwined. I don't think they're getting the fuck. I know Cody brought up Punk in his promo, but he's not going that way. Because he's not winning the Rumble. So, I mean, do we get Cody Punk eventually? Maybe before Punk retires, I'm sure, but I don't think that's the direction they're going for WrestleMania. But I started early. I'm usually a late guy. I start early. Like I said, I've had a fucking shitty ass day. I've been pissed off all day. And I don't know. Sorry if I'm like not the regular EVP today, but I've had a fucked up day. So, just a lot of personal shit today. Like I said, I almost canceled the stream, but I had a day off yesterday, and I've been amping to go. Trying to figure out all this TikTok shit because I want to be able to stream to my Instagram and TikTok as well, and I can't figure it out. Miami showed me, but just today has just been terrible. So, yeah. But let's get started. First off, shout out to the people that's watching on my YouTube, Miami's X and my X. Shout out to DW host for reposting the stream. Also, shout out to Talk It Up Wrestling Podcast with the CEO and the head of the table of DWE, Miami the Great, and co-host the Unseen Bling Queen, Final Boss Baby, which both of them were on the Royal Rumble Prediction Show and DWE Radio. If you missed it today, it was live on their Miami's X and also on Spotify. I believe Twitch as well. I didn't listen to it on Twitch. I listened to it on X. But I do have Twitch now because they do have a watch party tomorrow, which I'll definitely be joining in on. I just got to do something to get my mind off of this shit. Just today was really fucked up. Yeah. But I'm going to do my job like I always do and brush everything else off. But I hope you guys enjoyed TNA yesterday. I'm looking forward to starting that recap show once football season's over. But this is the Go Home Smackdown, and as usual, they don't really announce shit for next week, which is really fucking frustrating. They've already got a Raw match out for next week. I did hear them say they're doing Tama Tonga, Shinsuke Nakamura next week, but I highly doubt they're gonna put that on a fucking graphic or a thumbnail. So it's frustrating. Today's just frustrating in general. So I'm just frustrated. So I'll be okay tomorrow. It's just one of those days. Just one of those days. But I'm gonna push through. But make sure you give Talking Up Wrestling Podcast a follow on X, and also hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. They're absolutely killing it. GW Radio was phenomenal today. If you didn't catch that, make sure you go back and catch that. I wasn't there when it went live. I called like close to the end, and I went back while I was waiting on SmackDown and rewatched or re-listen to it, not watch because it's on the radio. So yeah, it was a good show. Good stuff there. They put out the goods. I enjoy listening to them. I needed it today. Because obviously I wasn't streaming, and I was trying to stay up at X to avoid spoilers from SmackDown. Because when I do these shows late, thank God they're going to be back in the fucking States next week, where I can resume my 11:30 right after SmackDown goes off, for the views and stuff like that. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. I started 15 minutes early. So Friday Night SmackDown is the go home show to tomorrow's the Royal Rumble. Kickoff show 12 p.m. Eastern. And I believe the event starts at 2, and then the after show is gonna be like 5 or 6, and then my Royal Rumble recap will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in for that. I will be live at 8 p.m. tomorrow to cover the Royal Rumble. Hopefully, I'll be in a better mood tomorrow. Unless Triple H really fucks the Royal Rumble up. But that's sad about Ava. I'm definitely disappointed in that. She's done a phenomenal job. And I don't know what's next. I mean, I guess HBK can step in and take over, but I hate to see Ava go. She was doing such a great job, but maybe there is some kind of deep power struggle going on right now with The Rock and Triple H and Nick Khan, not Tony, Nick Khan and Arya. Man, I don't really know. I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna speculate and all that shit. So obviously, SmackDown's in Saudi Arabia. It's at the King Abdullah Financial District in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's final episode for the Royal Rumble. And after winning a 4-way match at Saturday Night's main event, Sami Zayn earned the right to challenge Drew McIntyre. Zayn and McIntyre will go face to face tonight. Like I said, we're going to have a Drew McIntyre Sami face-to-face. And Carmelo Hayes open challenge. As always, Cody Rhodes. He opened the show, but then a lot of other people joined him. And we're going to have the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov versus The Miz, and Axiom versus Johnny Gargano. And obviously the main event was Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes against the Vision. I wish WWE would fucking put that shit out so that the posters and shit will look good. I had Cody on today, which, I mean, he was kind of a focal point of the show, so it's all good. But so Michael Cole welcomes us to the show. A replay airs showing WWE Superstar making public appearances in Saudi Arabia. The career killer himself, Gunther, is shown arriving at the arena, followed by AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn outside the venue. A replay from Saturday Night's main event is also shown, and we hear the music of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. His music kicked it off, and the fans were fucking going crazy. Shout out to Raymond for the repost on the stream. Fans were going crazy for Cody at first, but when he started talking about winning, then they switched up on him. The fans were loud doing the Cody Rhodes chants. I think that's why WWE is just not pulling the fucking trigger on a heel turn, but it's time, man. Like, So obviously he kicks off with his signature line. So Saudi Arabia, what do you want to talk about? Well, Cody, you need to come up with something new. Cody said Jacob Fatu found out he wasn't who he thought he was. Cody tells the crowd they got his butt pumping, and it sounds like they are ready for the Royal Rumble, and the crowd went fucking crazy. He points out the obvious. He said, "Where's Drew McIntyre on the night before the Rumble?" Cody reminds everyone that while Drew won the undisputed WWE Championship, he might not realize he also took on the most important responsibility that comes with it. Cody looks into the camera, speaking directly to Drew, saying, "There are kids watching this show. If you're going to take SmackDown as your own, be the role model you say you are. But tonight, you're nowhere to be found." I mean, he didn't kick the show off, and he's undisputed champion. So, Cody's got a point. I mean, obviously, we saw Drew at the end, but I mean, you pushed for it, Drew. You wanted to be the man, so you gotta step it up. Cody can't be kicking off the fucking shows. He's not even the champion. So Cody admits it would make all the sense in the world for him to win the Royal Rumble a third time. That's when the fans just started saying no. And then he had a smirk on his face. He said it would make sense for him to challenge Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, but it might not even be Drew because tomorrow night he faces Sami Zayn. Which I didn't know until Sami comes out that Sami has never lost a match in Saudi Arabia, but he will tomorrow. It'll be his first time. Cody shifts gears and says throughout his career, he's often taken the road less traveled. He said, but it could be CM Punk. He said he's still the world champion. He said at some point we got to do this, buddy. He's saying sooner or later they're going to have to face each other, which throwing a little egg out there, but I think they're just trying to throw people off. Cody says he's going into the Royal Rumble with something no one else in the match has. Not just belief, but experience. He's won the Rumble once, but twice. Not once, but twice. Sorry. And then he's interrupted by the Viper, Randy Orton. He makes his way down to the ring, and the crowd is singing voices. Randy Orton. Cody hands Randy the mic. Randy takes the mic, and before getting to his point, tells the people of Saudi that he loves them. He places a hand on Cody's shoulder and says that everyone knows how he feels about him. They're more than just friends, they're brothers. I usually don't answer questions on until Sunday, but I put it in the chat. I put it all over my ex. He will face CM Punk at WrestleMania. So I put it in the chat. So I put it on X. Hopefully Triple H don't change it, but that was the plan. That's been the plan for a couple of weeks now. But Roman Reigns, CM Punk, unless it gets changed, which wouldn't surprise me because he does that shit a lot. But if I had to bet, I would say Roman versus Punk at WrestleMania. And I think they still do Cody, Drew, Jacob, and Triple Threat. But I put all that in the chat, Raymond. You already know that. I already said it. Roman Punk several times. He said they're more than brothers, friends. They're brothers. Randy said he respects Cody, everything he's accomplished. He was never more proud with that when Cody won. And he knows exactly how Cody felt when he lost. But the Royal Rumble is every man for himself. He warned Cody that he knows how dangerous and desperate Cody Rhodes can be, but there's nothing more dangerous than a Viper chasing number 15. Tomorrow night, there will be no friends, no brothers. Randy says he'll have zero respect for Cody or anyone else that comes into the ring. And if he has to, he'll throw Cody's ass over the top rope without hesitation. He ends by reminding Cody, you're not the only one who's won the Rumble twice, which is true. Randy has won. So then we get Mr. Yeetman himself. We're just bringing everybody out there. And obviously, Jay runs it back like he always does. Crowd's going crazy. Still over with the Yeet. Suddenly, Jey Uso comes out, he grabs the mic, jumps right in, saying they're talking about winning 3 times, but he's about to run it back to back. Jey declares he's winning the Rumble, walking into WrestleMania, and walking out as champion again. And then we get the music of Saudi Arabia, one of Saudi Arabia's favorites. The man that's going to challenge Drew McIntyre tomorrow for the Undisputed Championship, Sami Zayn. Music hit, Sami starts his promo, and Arabic, getting a huge reaction from the crowd. He switches back to English and says that as much as he loved to keep speaking Arabic, he knows he's standing in the ring with 3 of the absolute best. And since they're all talking about their Royal Rumble plans, he'll talk about his. Sami reminds everyone that tomorrow he faces Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, but for him, this isn't just another title match. It's the culmination of 3 major stories, something I talked about on the Royal Rumble predictions. They're going to do this, finish the story type bullshit with Sami like they did with Cody. He said it in his line, basically. He said WWE Championship is the only title that has eluded him his whole career, which he's not winning it tomorrow, but they're going to play this angle for a year, all the way until next WrestleMania when they're in Saudi. And Sami is going to eventually win that World Heavyweight Championship. Like, there's just too many signs, too many Easter eggs out there. Sami reminds everybody he faces Drew tomorrow for the championship. For him, this is another title match. He said there's 3 stories, which we talked about. All right, one more question. The rest are going to have to be on Scoop Sunday, Raymond. Do you see AJ Styles winning this match tomorrow, or did Triple H change plans? I don't. I think AJ Styles is losing tomorrow, 100%. Is that going to be the end of his career? Probably not. He may wrestle again in TNA. I don't want to, further speculate on that, but I think it would be absolutely fucking awful booking for them to trademark the career killer and he just retired John Cena to lose tomorrow. I think Gunther has to make him tap out tomorrow. So I have Gunther winning. I think the only problem WWE is going to run into is the air is going to be let out of that arena when AJ loses. So they need to figure out like how they're not going to open the show with the Women's Rumble match. I can't see them doing that. So I don't know. They may do AJ Gunther first and then maybe do Sami Drew after. Just because the fans are going to be wanting Sami to win so bad. I think that's the problem. I don't have the match card yet. So I do think that's going to be the problem for WWE, is trying to figure out where to put everyone in the match card. But I don't think Triple H has changed the plans on that. I think that AJ Styles is losing tomorrow, and I think he's going to fucking tap out. So these 3 stories that Sami's talking about: first, a chance to finally become world champion. He's never done. Second, he has to face a hard truth. He is 0-11 against Drew McIntyre. He's never defeated Drew in a singles match. Here we go with the underdog story. Never beat him. Never won a championship. This is where they're going. Third, he's never lost a match in Saudi Arabia, and he doesn't plan to start tomorrow. Sami says that he's walking out as the new undisputed WWE champion. And if any of the men in the ring win the Royal Rumble, it won't be Drew waiting for them. It will be him. So then we hear the tumultuous voice of the Oracle, the wise man, whatever you want to call him, Paul Heyman, walking out alongside the Vision, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Takes the mic and he says he sees the Vision on the stage, but in the ring he sees 4 big name superstars, but no Vision at all. Heyman declares that Sami Zayn will not become WWE champion because there's no vision in that outcome. Then he turns to the others: Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Jey Uso. None of them will win the Royal Rumble. It's not Jay's night. It's not Cody's night. It's not Randy's night. Paul tries to silence the crowd in Spanish before awkwardly realizing he's in the wrong country. That was funny as fuck. Then he delivers the punchline. By their decree, tomorrow night belongs to Brian Breaker. Before he can say anything else, Randy Orton grabs the mic and he cuts him off. He said, "Shut the hell up, Paul. Shut your fat mouth and listen." Orton says he doesn't have a prediction or even a spoiler. He's begging them to come down to the ring so they can get a Saudi Arabian ass kicking. That's when SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis comes out. He tells Paul it's great to see him, derailing the show again. But we all know where this is headed. So let's stop wasting time and get to the main event, which is going to be an 8-man tag team match. Which was pretty good, but I knew we were going to see Drew. I'll take you guys with me. I got to cut the heat down in here for a second. It is hot in here. I knew we were going to see Drew, Jacob. It's kind of obvious at this point. But we're getting an 8-man tag in the main event. Sorry. Drew McIntyre. Not Drew McIntyre. Division going up against Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso in the main event. First match of the night is going to be the US Open Challenge, which I thought possibly could be AJ, but you never know with these US Open challenges. It was not AJ, it was Rey Fenix. So Carmelo Hayes goes one-on-one with Rey Fenix. Like I said this weeks ago. I'm going to stick with it. I think that Carmelo ends up facing Trick Williams at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. I think that's going to be the play. So Carmelo starts off with a takedown. Rey runs to the top rope and lands a sharp kick. Rey also gets a knee to the midsection, hits an Irish whip, connects with another kick in the corner. Rey lands another forearm, but Carmelo answers back with some chops. Rey hits a back elbow, but Hayes rocks him with another forearm. Rey rolls into an LA Magistral cradle with extra rotation for a close 2 count and then hits a springboard back elbow for a near fall. This was a good match. Carmelo has really been he's been killing it. Now, I think WWE needs to do what they need to do best. Or not what they do best, but they have nothing for Rey Fenix to do right now. He had a great match tonight, but it's time to reunite him with Penta. Get the Lucha Brothers back together. Get that Raw tag team division. Otis and Tozawa is not going to cut it for the Usos. We need a big Mania match. Hell, we could do brothers versus brothers at WrestleMania. I don't know if that's the match. I'm just saying maybe we could see the Usos versus the Lucha Brothers versus the Hardys. Just do a triple brother, for the tag titles, like something big, like shake some shit up. Hayes tries to lift Rey, but Rey slips out, lands on his feet. Hayes hits the top rope, but Rey moves out of the way. Rey capitalizes with a hesitation DDT, nearly getting the win. Rey goes for a rolling move, but Hayes counters, catching him with the first 48 and followed up immediately with nothing but net to score the 3 count. Just 1 second, guys. These people are blowing my DMs up. Sorry, guys. hate when people do that when I'm in the middle of a live. Like I said, Carmelo Hayes. I lost my train of thought. I hate when people do that. Sorry, guys. I'm getting back to my notes. I apologize. Today has just not been a good day for me at all. Oh, where was I? All right, here. So Ray capitalized with a hesitation to DT, nearly getting the win. Ray goes for a rolling move, but Hayes counters, catching with the first 48, follows up immediately with nothing but net for the 1, 2, 3. Still your SmackDown or your men's United States champion, Carmelo Hayes. I think he's going to be in the Rumble, which I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully he is. Backstage, we see the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, stops the Miz and says, "Give me one good reason." Miz replies that it wasn't his idea to knock Dragunov off the turnbuckles. Carmelo came to him. He said he doesn't even know Ilya. Ilya introduces himself and said he likes Miz's suit. They could have had a friendly conversation, but Miz cost him his match. Dragunov doesn't know if Miz is working with Hayes or not, but warns him, "Your pain will entertain." So then, once they're back from commercial, I will say this. One thing that I feel like WWE has dropped the ball with Royal Rumble is the way that some of these superstars, these big names, have announced that they're going to be in the Rumble. Like, I love Roman, but just the vignette, like from like the satellite or like the video package, like I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I would have rather seen him come on the show live and then have a fucking Brock call in to Pat McAfee and declare, like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. They show Brock announcing his entry into the Royal Rumble. At the R-Truth is joking with Nick Aldis about handling balls. He's always cracking up when Damian Priest walks in. Nick tells Priest he's officially in the Rumble. So Damian Priest is in the Rumble, but Adam Pearce Monday said tall Finn that was full. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Nick and Priest just smirks and says it means more time to throw people out. Priest picks his number. So he must be coming in early. Mick and Truth react with disappointment. But Priest just smirks and says more. Truth offers to let him pick again. But Priest walks off. So Damian Priest probably drew an early number. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Drew McIntyre. She brings up his title match and the stacked Royal Rumble lineup. Drew says some of the competitors have been running their mouths. He admits this is Sami Zayn. This Sami Zayn is different from the one he beat 11 times. But Sami's also been reckless, getting himself into an 8-man tag the night before the biggest match of his life. Drew says he'll do whatever it takes to keep his title and asks, "Are you willing to do whatever it takes to take it from me?" So now we're back in the back with Kathy Kelly, with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. She asks what happened if they're the last two women in the Rumble. Rhea says they both know it's every woman for herself, but they'll still be friends. Io adds that they wrestled at WrestleMania before and they're still friends now. And they're interrupted. Kiana James and Julia walk in. Kiana says their story is cute but sad. Julia speaks in Japanese and tells Kiana to tell them neither of them is winning the Rumble, and she and Julia are coming for the tag titles. Rhea fires back, telling Kiana not to talk too fast about winning the tag titles. And then that's when we see Nia Jax and the Bougie Bully, Lash Legend, show up. Nia tells them they're not winning the Rumble. Lash says they got the winner, and they'll take the tag titles too. So then we get the next entrance, which is Charlotte Flair. Definitely a big entrance for Flair with the pyro and everything. Obviously, she's accompanied by the goddess Alexa Bliss, which she got a huge pop as well. She lets out the woo. and said they're just one day away from the Royal Rumble. With all the women at each other's throats, she makes it clear she's winning the Rumble and heading to WrestleMania. She adds there's no one she'd rather have watching her back than Lexi. So then Alexa grabs the mic, like I said earlier, I think Monday, or either on the prediction show. They're starting to plant the seeds for the Alexa Charlotte split, which I don't want to see it really. I think it's been phenomenal, but I think Alexa's is gonna turn on Charlotte. They're not gonna have Charlotte go back heel. Alexa grabs the mic and says she had the same plan. Charlotte smiles, thinking Alexa agrees with her, until Alexa corrects her. She says she is gonna win the Rumble. Charlotte reminds her she's already won it twice. Alexa fires back, saying she had the first women's match in Saudi Arabia, and now she's going to win the first women's Royal Rumble match and Rita. Charlotte asks if Alexa would help her win. Alexa shuts her down. I don't need your help, Charlotte. Not everything is about you. There we go. Charlotte accuses Alexa of being ready to throw away their friendship and toss her over the top rope. The second she turns her back, Alexa throws it right back. Would you do that to me? Before Charlotte can answer, we get Liv Morgan's music hit. So they're putting a seed out there already for the Charlotte-Alexa split. She comes to the stage with Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Liv mocks them, calling it so cute that the two besties are fighting while they're busy backstabbing each other. One of us is going to win the Rumble, Liv says with a smirk. Alexa points out that using two people to help you win isn't a real strategy. Charlotte challenges them. If you don't think we're friends, why don't you come down here and find out? Liv, Roxanne, and Raquel huddle up and then pretend to charge, only to go psych and fake them out. That's when Nick Aldis steps in. He tells them they may not be part of SmackDown, but once they step onto the stage, they are volunteering for action. Two of them will face Alexa and Charlotte. So it's going to be Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss going one-on-one or in a tag match against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. And as I say every show, Roxanne Perez is going to end up eating another pin, and she's approaching the 60 times she's been pinned since she's been on the main roster. So the match picks up for Roxanne, backing to the rope to avoid Charlotte. She slaps Charlotte and quickly tags down Liv Morgan. Charlotte goes after Perez on the floor, but gets hit from behind by Liv. Liv locks in front face lock and tags Perez back in. They try a double suplex. Charlotte blocks it and hits one of her own. Hot tag into the goddess. Alexa hits a baseball slide to knock down Perez and Liv. Liv chucks Alexa in the corner and then tags back in and hits a hip attack. She falls with a running knee and covers for a near fall. So Raquel gets involved, trips Alexa from the outside. Liv takes advantage and hits an enziguri for another near fall. So Liv back in the ring. They whip Alexa into the corner. Liv connects with a kick, followed by a drop kick for a near fall. Liv hits the suplex. Holds on, hits the second, and then finishes with the third Amiga, courtesy of Eddie Guerrero, Dominic Mysterio. She then knocks Charlotte off the apron with the forearm as the referee checks on Charlotte. Raquel and Perez double team Alexa in the corner. Alexa fights back, but Liv tackles her and lands punches and whips her to the corner, hits a knee, then lifts Alexa up and chokes her from the turnbuckles before slamming her face first down and covering her for another near fall. So getting towards the end of the match, Liv misses a clothesline. Alexa lands a punch and gets the tag into Charlotte, and so does Roxanne. Flair hits a big boot. Both Liv and Perez with a cross body. She unloads with chops and hits a walkover clothesline on Liv. Perez charges, but Charlotte catches her with a fall-away slam. She connects and covers Liv for a near fall. Alexa tags in and hits a blockbuster on Liv. Then she kicks out, Roxanne tags back in after Liv nails a codebreaker. Perez followed with a side Russian leg sweep. She covers, but Charlotte Flair is there to break the cover up. Charlotte then hits natural selection on Liv. Raquel jumps on the apron, but Perez clips Charlotte's leg from behind. Out comes the WWE Raw Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon, and she nails Raquel with a super kick on the apron. Alexa takes advantage, hitting Sister Abigail on Roxanne Perez for the 1, 2, 3. And your winners are Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So then backstage, Kathy Kelly is with Jordynne Grace and asks her about the Royal Rumble. Jordynne says the Rumble is a life-changing opportunity and she's betting on herself to win it. Suddenly, Jade Cargill comes out of nowhere with the attack. She hits her and throws her into the whatever those things are. She said, "You're not winning the Rumble, and you're definitely not beating me because I am that bitch." Before Jordynne begins to fight back, the two brawl. They continue to brawl until officials rush in to separate them. That could happen next week on SmackDown. I don't know, or Elimination Chamber. It's definitely happening. They've been teasing it really hard. I just don't know why they're gonna have Jordynne lose so soon, unless like Bianca's not ready. I don't know. We'll see. So we get Axiom versus Johnny Gargano. It was a good match, but we've seen it. Tommaso Ciampa obviously signed with AEW. Could Gargano and Candice LeRae follow him, because they don't have anything going on besides battling Axiom for a mask right now. I'm not gonna go too deep into this match. It was a pretty good match, but it's the same stuff every week over this mask. Gargano heads to the top, and Axiom cuts him off with an enziguri. Axiom climbs up and connects with a Spanish fly. He sets up for the golden ratio and grabs his mask, but Gargano counters with a thrust kick and a quick roll-up for near fall. Gargano then pulls off Axiom's mask, but Axiom reveals a second one underneath, catching Gargano off guard. Seizing the moment, Axiom hits golden ratio and scores the 1, 2, 3. And the winner of the match is Axiom. So, like I said, they don't really have a whole lot going on for Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. I don't know when their contract's up, but, I mean, he could be like a United States champion or something, but he doesn't have a tag partner anymore. So, like, could we see Gargano and Candice end up in AEW as well? So, backstage, we see Carmelo approach Dragunov and ask, "Do we have heat?" He says he never asked Miz for help. Dragunov responds calmly but firmly. He says he saw what happened, but he's not even sure what he saw. Still, once he's done with the Miz, he's coming for Hayes. Dragunov makes it clear, "I'm not asking for it, I'm taking it." So then backstage, Kathy Kelly is with Trick Williams and asks if he believes he can win the Royal Rumble. Obviously, then, before he starts talking about his shoes, as always, the Lemon Pepper Steppers. Trick says he definitely wants to talk about it. He points out how the fans around the world are behind him and says they love me everywhere I go. He plugs his website and tells everyone to join the Whoop That movement. Trick confidently declares that tomorrow night he'll be the last man standing in the ring, and so let's talk about it. He loves talking about those Lemon Pepper Stepper shoes. Trick's killing it. So then we get the phenomenal AJ Styles. Will this be the last time we hear his music on SmackDown? I believe so. His music hits. He makes his way to the ring. He steps in the ring, welcomes everyone to the house that AJ Styles built. I mean, he's been on Raw. He's been on SmackDown. So, yeah, I think it's it. He says he was in the area and figured he'd stop by to say hello. He reminds the crowd he's got a pretty big match tomorrow and addresses those who might be worried. AJ tells them not to be because tomorrow he's going to knock Gunther's teeth down his throat. He said once he wins, it'll kick off the phenomenal farewell tour. And that means one last time against names like Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and just as he's about to say CM Punk, Gunther's music hits. Gunther walks out, comes onto the announce table with the mic in his hand and a big shit-eating grin. He tells AJ he appreciates the fantasy he has about his future, but none of it is going to happen. Gunther says deep down, AJ already knows he made a mistake, one so big it's going to cost him his career. He says that tomorrow at the Royal Rumble, he'll end AJ's career the same way he ended John Cena's, by making him tap out. AJ fires back, saying Gunther is real funny because maybe it takes one to know one. You are the one that tapped out like a little bitch. Gunther storms towards the ring, throws off his jacket. AJ is ready to fight, but Gunther steps onto the apron, stares him down, and then walks away. They're not going to do anything before the PLE. So this is where I saw the match that they're going to have next week. They didn't say anything about it. The announcers didn't, but I mean, Tama Tonga and Shinsuke were talking about it. So it's definitely going to happen next week. Backstage, we see Tama Tonga with Shinsuke Nakamura. He said he saw Nakamura's match earlier and asked Shinsuke saw his. He gets to the point. What happens? The Shinsuke I knew would have beaten AJ Styles. He mocks Nakamura, suggesting maybe he should follow AJ on his way out and start his own Sayonara tour. Nakamura calmly replies that Tama may have gained some confidence, but he's still the same Tama Tonga he's always known. Then he challenges Tama to a match next week, as I just said. So next week, we're going to get Tama Tonga on one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura. So the next match of the night is going to be The Miz, which they've been featuring a lot because they kind of have to. It's a 3-hour show versus the Mad Dragon, either Dragunov. It's okay match. They lock up. Miz takes control early with the wrist lock. Dragunov reverses. Miz backs Dragunov into the corner. Dragunov pauses, amused and impressed. They lock up again. Miz grabs a side headlock. Dragunov counters into a top wrist lock and takes Miz down. Miz regains control with another side headlock and knocks Dragunov down with a shoulder tackle. Dragunov sets up for a superplex back into the ring, but Miz blocks it and trips Dragunov off the turnbuckle. It wasn't a terrible match. Dragunov strikes with a kick of some forearms. Miz blocks a powerbomb attempt and counters with a back body drop. Miz connects with the reality check for a near fall. Dragunov starts to fire back with a rapid series of chops. And then Dragunov also hits an enziguri on the Miz. Later on in the match, Dragunov hits the Constantine special for a near fall, grabs a waistlock and hits a German suplex, holding on for a second one. He tries for a third. The Miz fights back with elbow. Dragunov regains control. He draws Miz face first into the mat. Dragunov sets up for the H-bomb, but Miz counters with a kick to the gut and a DDT for a near fall. Then Miz goes for the skull crushing finale, but Dragunov escapes. Miz hits a series of kicks, but Dragunov blocks the last one. Miz hits a forearm, sends Dragunov into the corner, following up with an awesome clothesline. Miz climbs to the top rope, and Dragunov meets him there with a hard slap, sets up for a superplex, but Miz fights back with breaks the eyes, causing Dragunov to drop onto the top rope. Miz leaps off the turnbuckles, but comes up short. Dragunov charges in with the torpedo to Moscow, and then finishes off the Miz with the H-bomb for the 1, 2, 3, and your winner, the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. So we get another promo vignette in the back. Solo Sikoa speaks with intensity, saying he told the whole world what he was going to do, and he delivered. He took the lantern, he took the tag titles, he took everything his enemies loved. He says he made a promise to his men that they'd have gold, and he's a man of his word. These tag titles, he says, aren't for him. They're for the family. But the job's not done. Solo declares he's winning the Royal Rumble next and bringing the undisputed title back to the family where it belongs. Suddenly, Bo Dallas responds. He tells Solo that if he thinks he's won, he's dead wrong. Solo believes he left him behind. He's mistaken. He underestimated the weight of sacrifice. Bo warns that the lantern and the tag titles will return to them, and when they do, the millions of fireflies around the world will shine a light on Solo's deepest insecurities. He closes with a chilling promise. Not only will they come back for what's theirs, they'll make sure your greed becomes your downfall. So then we get a rundown for the full card for Royal Rumble, which obviously you guys know. It's going to be Gunther versus AJ Styles in a career match for AJ, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn, and then the ladies and the men's Royal Rumble. So we get to the main event of the night, which is going to be the Vision, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul versus Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. Before Cody can even make his entrance, Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul and Reed launch a surprise attack. Cody rushes to the ring, and the brawl kicks off. Cody goes right after Logan, landing punches and hitting his signature drop-down uppercut. Jey Uso knocks Braun to the floor with a punch, while Reed lands a headbutt on Sami Zayn. Jey responds by sending Bronson Reed out of the ring, and both Sami and Jey follow up with punches to the outside. Once things settle, the match officially starts with Sami Zayn and Austin Theory. We get a tag into Braun Breaker, and he whips Sami into the corner. Sami counters with a boot and a double sledge from the top rope. Hot tag into Jey Uso. He goes after Braun with punches, including a mounted flurry from the turnbuckles and his signature spit punch. Cody gets the hot tag in, climbing to the ropes, and hits an elbow to Braun Breaker's arm. Cody tags back in and starts focusing more on Braun's shoulder. Cody calls over to Randy Orton to tag, but before he can, Braun clocks Cody with a stiff shot. Cody responds with a boot, but Braun rebounds with a huge warp speed clothesline. Braun kicks Cody and tags in Bronson Reed. They double Irish whip Cody and connect with a double shoulder tackle. Braun follows with a standing moonsault for a near fall. Theory tags in and lays into Cody with stomps and a kick. Cody's trying to fight back, but Theory keeps in control with a near chin lock, transitioning to a side headlock as the crowd rallies behind Cody. Bronson Reed then tags in. They continue to beat down on Cody Rhodes. Logan Paul then comes in, drops his knee into Cody's midsection, follows up with a gut-wrench suplex and covers, but only gets a near fall. Another tag into Braun, so Cody is like taking a beat down here. Braun tags back in. It's a powerful standing exploder suplex. He then choked Cody across the ropes, keeping the pressure on Cody, who struggles to recover. Cody escapes ability back suplex from Braun and lands on his feet, but Braun quickly drives him to the turnbuckle. As Cody tries to crawl to his corner, Braun cuts him off again and hurls him into the ringside barrier. Cody gets a brief opening and sends Austin Theory into the announce table, but Theory recovers fast and hits a double sledge to Cody's back. Logan Paul tags in and applies a waistlock, but Cody fights back to his feet. And then Reed tags in and drops multiple elbows on Cody. Cody is basically in this match pretty much the whole time. Braun tags back in, comes on Reed's back, crushing Cody with a double splash for another close 2 count. Cody tries to reach Jey, but Braun stops him. Logan tags back in, goes for a splash, but Cody moves out of the way. We get another tag back into Braun, but Cody hits him with a suplex. Theory enters, misses an elbow drop, and Reed quickly tags in. Reed knocks Sami and Jey off the apron, then goes for a back senton, but Cody moves. Cody finally, after all this time, gets a hot tag into the Viper Randy Orton, and Theory's back in. Orton explodes with clotheslines. He hits a snap power slam. Orton sends Theory to the apron, sets him up, delivers the signature hanging DDT. The crowd starts to go crazy. Randy Orton drops to the mat and does a signature push-up, setting up for the RKO, but Logan Paul rushes in from behind and hits Orton. Sami jumps in with forearms to Logan and tosses him to the floor. On the outside, Braun Breaker and Jey Uso brawl, and Bronson Reed gets dumped over the top by Cody when Cody drops down. Austin Theory throws Cody over the top rope to the floor. Back in the ring, Orton connects with an RKO on Theory for a near fall. Jey hits a super kick on Logan. Braun returns and crushes Jay with a double knee gutbuster. Cody drops Braun with the crossroads, but Reed flattens Cody with a body tackle. Sammy then hits a tornado DDT on Bronson Reed and sets up for the Luva kick. But before he can hit it, out comes the undisputed champion, Drew McIntyre. Pulls him out of the ring, and the referee calls for the bell. The winners by disqualification is Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Randy Orton. After the match, we hear the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu's music hit, and he blindsides Drew with a brutal attack. Fatu follows up with a suicide dive, taking out Drew on the floor. Cody Rhodes responds with a suicide dive of his own, sending Jacob Fatu crashing into the steel steps. But Drew recovers and throws Cody into the ring post. Drew lines up for a Claymore, but Sami Zayn cuts him off with a Haluva kick. Sami stares at the undisputed WWE Championship belt, but Cody Rhodes picks it up too, and both lock eyes with each other. I don't know what in the hell's going on with that. Maybe that's the WrestleMania 43 main event. I don't know. That was very wild. Suddenly, Braun Breaker comes out of nowhere and spears the hell out of Cody and Sami to end the show to close out SmackDown, guys. So that has been our SmackDown recap, guys. I do appreciate you guys coming in late. Obviously, this is on air a lot earlier today, but next week we're back to our normal time in the States. But shout out to the people that did come in to watch the stream. DW host, Talking Up Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you follow them on X and subscribe to them on YouTube as well. Raymond as well in the comments. Shout out to everyone from DWE, the CEO that had the table in Miami. They're great. Final Boss Baby, Director Red, World of Greg, After the Slam Podcast, everyone from Gimmick Table Media, the two ladies from Wrestling Divas Podcast, Lady Alpha and Autumn, also Kicking Out at 2 with Michael and Tori, Princess Skywalker, and everyone involved with Gimmick Table Media. Once again, thank you guys for coming in for the SmackDown recap. I'm going to go to the outro, come back to where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up in store for you guys.
Wrestling has more than one royal fan.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go, Show Recaps Prediction Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you guys so much. It's been a long 2 weeks. I enjoyed my day off yesterday and basically all day off today, even though today was shit. But I do appreciate the 75 people that came in to watch the SmackDown recap so late. But we're back to regular times next week. Obviously, as far as my socials go, you can see it's blinking down there in the bottom in the blue. All of my links are in my bio. Please follow me on all my socials. You can follow me on X at EVPCJP, Instagram, which I should be streaming now too as well at EVPCJP. And definitely make sure you start following me on TikTok at Brady the Goat 21, as I will be hopefully streaming to the 3 places I'm streaming now, along with my Instagram and TikTok. I'm working to try to figure all that out. Like to start streaming to them maybe next week, if not the week after for sure. Definitely way before WrestleMania. So, but most importantly, last but not least, please give me a like and a subscription on the EVP show. You can find it in the search bar. If you're not already subscribed, just type in at the EVP show. It will pop up. You will see a ton of videos, a ton of shorts. I am 20 subscribers away from 200, which is my goal before WrestleMania. And also, if you guys go back and watch the stream tonight, make sure to spam the likes and the comments from the YouTube side. It helps me gets my stream in the algorithm and gets fresh eyes and ears on the product. So what I have coming up next, obviously tomorrow, the DWE watch party at 2:30 p.m. Eastern or 1:30 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's going to be streaming live on Twitch. I'll be there. I'll be there live for that. The Royal Rumble is also at 2 p.m. Eastern, I believe. On ESPN. If you have that. But I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, earlier start time than normal for a PLE recap show. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, I'll be live. Make sure you guys set a reminder as we go over everything that went down at the Royal Rumble, 8 p.m. Eastern live. And then Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, we're back for episode 5 of Sunday Scoops with the EVP at 6 p.m. Eastern. As I will be covering the news after the Royal Rumble, and we'll open up the Q&A for the last hour or 40 minutes or so. So I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of questions after the Rumble. Monday, I'm back as we're back in Philadelphia for Raw at 11 p.m. Eastern. As Stephanie McCoy defends her World Heavyweight Championship against Raquel Rodriguez in a Philadelphia Street Fight. 11 p.m. Eastern Monday. I'm back for doubleheader Tuesday, next Tuesday. At 6 p.m. Eastern, me and Miami the Great will be doing a Super Bowl preview show, best sports podcast on X and YouTube. And then later on that night is a stacked card. And now we're going to have to find a new GM for NXT. So definitely interested. Tony D was supposed to explain to Ava why he did all this, but she's not there. So 10:30 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night for the NXT recap. And then I will be back at the normal start time next Friday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern for your SmackDown recap. And then obviously next Sunday, we will have Sunday Scoops with the EVP episode 6 at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's it for me, guys. Happy Saturday. It's already Saturday in the East Coast. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Royal Rumble recap. You guys enjoy your Saturday and enjoy the Royal Rumble. And make sure you tune in to the EVP show at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for the Royal Rumble recap. I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE. And we are the ones. Good night, everyone.